Hey guys, one sec. Hey guys, Justin here. Today I'm going to be taking a look at the Beanie from Throwing Sideways and Friends. So this is the Beanie from Throwing Sideways and Friends. I didn't want to like this yo-yo. If you know Will, you'll understand why. But spoiler alert, I love it. It came with this little tiny beanie, and when I asked Will from Throwing Sideways what it was for, he just responded Big Willie style over and over again until I had to block him on Facebook. All the edges are rounded over, so it feels really nice in the hand, and it's got a nice blasted finish. It's made of 6061 aluminum, and it's got standard 19mm pads. In the cup, there is a small spike, and other than that spike, there are no sharp edges anywhere. For string compatibility, I tried Bad Wolfe Co's Slims, Goldilocks, and Dummy Thick strings to see which one this yo-yo would play best with, and I found it to play best with the Goldilocks thickness, which is their standard thickness. I'm gonna string this up, take it through a few tricks, and see how it performs. The music you're hearing in the background is by Timid. Check out his SoundCloud in the description below. This yo-yo feels like a great balance between speed and power. It's easy to move between elements, but still has a lot of spin left at the end. On Skin the Gerbil, the Beanie is pretty quick. It feels like a nice balance again between speed and power. Even with inaccurate play, I didn't have any issues with stability. On Bouncy Castle, the Beanie doesn't feel heavy on the bounce and it's easy to move. I did have it bind up on me unexpectedly one time over the several times I did this trick, but other than this one time, even with sloppy play, there were no issues. On Calypso, the finish of the Beanie made it really easy to grind. If your fingers touch the edge of the yo-yo, it will fall over pretty quickly, but if you're in the right spot, you can grind for quite a while. On the finger spin, without a dimple, it will wobble when it's parallel to the ground. While it's at an angle, it spins great. There is a spike in the cup, but I wasn't able to land it on my finger for the spin. I'm sorry for the terrible angle. Horizontal was super easy. I had no problem getting it back to my hand, and it was easy to maneuver and stable enough to correct mistakes. Here are my final thoughts on the Beanie from Throwing Sideways and Friends. On a scale from 1 to 7, with 7 being extremely long and 1 being extremely short, I would say the spin time of the Beanie is about a 5. It is definitely above average. It doesn't quite venture into bimetal territory in terms of spin time, but it is monometal excellence. For stability, with 1 being extremely unstable and 7 being extremely stable, I would give this a 6, maybe on the lower end of a 6, higher end of a 5.5. Stability on the string was rarely an issue, and sometimes the grinds might be an issue if you get your finger placement wrong, but overall it was extremely stable and extremely easy to stay on plane. In terms of weight for how heavy it feels in the string, with 1 being extremely light feeling and 7 being extremely heavy, I would say this is right in the middle at a 4. It feels averagely weighted, and that's not a bad thing. The average yo-yo is a good yo-yo, and this feels like a good yo-yo in terms of weight. For gap width and response, with 1 being extremely snaggy and 7 being extremely slippy, I would put this right in the middle at a 4 as well. where the yo-yo binds when you want it to and doesn't bind when you don't want it to. There are very few issues in terms of binds with these standard size strings. In terms of movability, for how much effort you have to put in to get this thing to move, with 1 being almost no effort and 7 being a huge amount of effort, I put this right in the middle out of 4 as well. It doesn't feel unpredictably light or uncomfortably heavy, it feels right in the middle. You can definitely feel the momentum, but it is not an issue. For precision, which is how difficult it is to land on the string, with 1 being that it is so narrow that you miss strings, and 7 being that it is so wide that you are unintentionally hitting the wrong strings, I put this right at a 4. It is a great width. I didn't have any issues with accidentally hitting strings. I didn't have any issues where I was missing strings unexpectedly. This yo-yo's width is perfect for me. It's right in the sweet zone. On a personal note, I love the way this yo-yo plays, and it's quickly becoming one of my favorites. This is a great first release, and I can't wait to see what comes next from Throwing Sideways. In conclusion, this yo-yo is an excellent all-rounder, and I'm happy to have it in my collection. Those are my thoughts on the Beanie from Throwing Sideways and Friends. Thanks for watching. See you next time.